Kels and your boy D-Bo Low. That's at www.love860.com 404-355-8699, and that's every Wednesday at 9 p.m.
They say hard work takes sweat. How would they know I worked hard? I've got to make stuff harder.
Dab on the camera. I can't even get myself together trying to dab on camera, man. We are back to DK Sports, man. Make sure y'all rolling with us. We have 404-355-8699. We appreciate everybody that's rolling live with us, but we want to hear y'all voices, man. Get it off your chest.
All right, we got a call line, but he's going to have to come in just in a second. All right, now, this is what we call athletes who take being an individual too far.
Okay.
All right. We understand that, we may come from less fortunate backgrounds and things like that. Mm-hmm. So we tend to, when I get to a certain spot, I'm going to do certain things.
That's true.
But it seems like when these guys are getting money, they going the opposite. I'm going to make money, and then I'm going to make myself look worse than I was. Mm-hmm. And this is what we call Debo-nomics, because Debo was going to say what he feel in his heart.
Okay.
These are athletes, basketball players that need to comb their hair. Houston Rockets, Patrick Beverly, comb your hair. Minnesota Timberwolves, Andrew Wiggins, comb your hair.
I'm not laughing at these people.
Orlando Magic and my brother, Elfrid Payton. That little thing that you got leaning over the top of your head, look like a unicorn.
Comb your hair.
Cut your hair off. Don't comb it. Cut it off. And it's a joke, and it's okay. But my thing is this, and people gonna agree with me on this. You know what I call that? And I love him to death. I call that the Allen Iverson effect.
Oh, the braids.
No, just because you have to
the
understand, he came in with not so much of that he just wanted to let me be me.
Yeah, that's true.
And what I try to explain to people is that we are all in businesses, and we and there's certain and being in entertainment, you have the right to be able to be in certain types of attires and certain things, because we're as athletes or entertainers, you're different. But what happens is they confuse the kids, because the kids don't understand that these are millionaires. So they have the opportunity to be however they be, and I said, but Derrick Rose need to comb his hair. He wasn't like that when he first came in here, because what happens is they come in here and they just, the kids see that, and that's the way they live their normal life. And then now they're trying to go get jobs and things like that. Nobody's going to hire you when you're like that.
But that's just like Cam Newton. Cam Newton was clean cut, straight, just everything was cool when he first got there. Now Cam wearing motherboard hats and scarves and sweaters.
Yeah, these hats is ridiculous.
And the scarves.
And
I love Cam, but not the clothes.
I got folks I like, and I love Russell Westbrook, but some of his outfits are ridiculous.
Yeah, the skinny jeans
and I love Dwayne Wade. Some of his outfits are borderline.
Yeah.
And that's all. And that's all I'm going to say about that, folks. Man, kids. Look up to these athletes, but understand that these people got a lot of money. And don't think that you can walk around and be able to get regular jobs like that. Scott, we still got somebody online?
Hey, what's going on now?
Who we got online?
You got Randy from Huntsville, Alabama.
What's up, Randy?
What's going on now?
What, you calling in? You sound like you got something on your mind. What you got on your mind, Randy?
Chest.
What's on your chest?
What I got on my mind, what I really got on my mind is these NFL playoffs. Like, this wild card that we just had was horrific. It was horrible.
It was. It was not entertaining. I would have given up all those games just to watch the one game of the NCAA.
What are you eating?
Right. I would give up all those wild card games to watch the 76ers live.
Oh,
That's
wow.
how-
Hey man. Let me tell you something. That's my hometown. You watch what you say. That's blasphemous. We got Joel Embiid. Trust the process.
I'm so tired of the process.
Well, the process. Well, I'm tired of the process. When I go to Philly, I'm going to tell them.
Stop the process.
They start the process. You ain't seen Malcolm X? Don't put the process is over. Nobody getting perms no more. The process is over.
Hey, I have to, but you know what? I can say Joe Embiid is probably going to likely be Rookie of the Year this year.
And he's going to make the All-Star team. Can you believe that?
That's scary because he set out for 2 years to do this. That lets you know that this was a special talent.
Well, this is the thing. They said that the 2 years actually is what helped him because he couldn't shoot. And he spent a lot of time with a lot of shooting coaches and post up. So he learned a lot in that time because his offense, he was strictly defense. But he's a very exciting player, and it's kind of, he's like one of those special, every so often special. He's a special player, but it just depends on his health. So I can't get too hyped up about it. I would love to be happy. We Philadelphia got a bad string. We done had him. We had Noel. Then Ben Simmons. We just keep getting all these hurt players and can't put nothing together. It's like a jigsaw puzzle with one piece missing.
The same. All the pieces missing.
You can't get the full picture.
So, Randy, who you got this weekend? Seattle or Atlanta?
You know what? I'm going to go with the Falcons.
Okay.
And the reason I'm going with the Falcons is because Seattle's offense cannot travel on the road.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I can see that. I can see that. I don't know. Because for me, it just feels like you just expect the Falcons not to do something. Mm-hmm. But when I talked to Sky, in fact, before I said this was the year that you didn't have expectations, and I think the Falcons didn't have expectations because they were so horrific last year that you kind of like gave them grace, and it kind of let them without pressure be able to play and evolve into what they are now.
Right.
And you got to get the right players. You got to have the right coaches. That's
Right.
just plain and simple. So,
Right. And the best benefit that I can say right now for the Falcons is that now with that great passing attack, they can actually run the football.
Right.
Last year, they ran the football, but it wasn't consistent. Now, they're actually running the football.
Right.
They're going to see that in this matchup with the Seahawks. I do think that Seattle's offense still has too much inconsistency. If Russell Wilson has to throw the ball 45 times for the Seahawks,
they're going to lose.
They're not built. They're not built to be around Russell Wilson. They're more when they're built well and they can play well when Wilson only throw the ball.
Right.
Okay? When they can run the ball 25 to 35 times a game. That's Seattle football.
Mm.
And they're missing Marshawn Lynch is what they're missing. They're missing Lynch more than what people are thinking.
That's true.
Well, you look how powerful they were the 3 years. The last year, 3
Right.
years he was there, they were at the top of the rushing in the NFL. They're dropped way down since he retired, big time.
Right. But you know,
He out there.
you know what's so funny?
Organization.
How I measured the Falcons, and it's just funny. I measured them by their games against the Saints, and it's because when they usually split, that means that they're kind of mediocre. And this is the first time that it wasn't even a competition this year for them, and it shows and that made me think one or two things. Either New Orleans has digressed that much, or Falcons has taken that next step to the next level. I think they finally have. But let's see if they can keep that string going for more than one season.
Well, what did it for me was how they looked at Seattle on the road. I mean, you think about it. Their one PI called against Richard Sherman, losing that game to the Falcons. So if that's on the road, now they're coming home to the Dome. I think the Falcons are going to stomp on them. I think it's going to be a good showing, and they need to have that kind of a game in the playoffs to make Matt Ryan get a little bit more confidence. He's only got one playoff win. That's it.
Right.
One playoff win in 5 games. And so Matt Ryan's in the league 9 years. This is the first year where I can truly say that the Falcons have a legit shot to represent.
Oh, they definitely got a legit shot because
this is the first year that I can say that. We thought that in 2012, but the issue was they ran across the San Francisco team that, of course, came from behind to beat the Falcons. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for that 4th and 10 play in the red zone where Roddy White basically was not engaged on that pattern, that was an easy first and goal play right there.
Mm-hmm.
And so looking at the body of work from Matt Ryan this year, he's an
MVP candidate.
MVP.
He is the MVP this year. His touchdowns went up. This is a career high in touchdowns. This is the fewest interceptions he has thrown his entire career. Right. He has passed for almost 5,000 yards. Then you got balance with Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman.
You said Tevin Campbell. Wait a minute.
If Tevin Campbell playing football, I got to see this.
Wait a minute, Randy. You're not going to bring the singles out there.
Pat him up.
I wasn't trying to. That wasn't my.
You're not going to bring the singles out here from the
No, we're no singers.
Right, no singles. No singles around here.
Okay.
Chris Cross is playing next week.
All right, so we appreciate you calling in, Randy, because I think we got another caller on the line. And make sure you tune in. And make sure you tune in next week, and because we gonna turn it up again next week, man. We appreciate it, man.
All right, one love, man.
Good night, Randy.
All right, Derek. You said you want. I'm trying to hold off on these sheets for you, so we gonna go ahead and move on. And I don't even know why we even talk about this game. New England and the Texans.
The Texans gonna get towed up.
They gonna get whooped it, but
obliterated.
But
I don't know.
You know what? I'd like to see Houston put a little hurt on time before he goes into playoffs farther. You know, he can do that. The defense can put a little hurt on him.
But when it's so lopsided like that,
I'm with you, man.
You kind of think like, but it's still a pro team.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, any team can win. You got to show up. You can't phone in any NFL games.
I think the 2 games of the week are going to be Seattle and Atlanta, and then Green Bay and Dallas.
Pittsburgh, Kansas City's going to be a good one now.
I forgot. Oh,
yeah,
Derek, if you would call in.
Ooh, Derek.
Yeah, but
I mentioned Kansas City. The phone will light up now.
See,
and I'll say this.
Ain't right. I like what Pittsburgh's going to.
I pick Green Bay to beat Dallas.
Me too.
Ooh, really?
Well,
I think that what happens is this is why this is my 2 intangibles why I say this. One, because Green Bay has been on a bigger, the upside at the end. Dallas kind of tapered off, and then they sat out that last week against Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's who's hot now.
And it's hot now. So you don't know what you're gonna get from Dallas. Are they gonna come back fresh, revived like Vivarin? Or are they
Vivarin, man, stop.
Vivarin.
That remind me of Sanka coffee.
Well, we tried to wait for Derek to come in, but we gonna go ahead and go to these Pittsburgh and Kansas City. That's my toss-up game.
That's a toss-up game. That's true.
Well, I got to pick Pittsburgh because I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. So
Pittsburgh
and the Falcons, baby.
Well, I don't know. We got to see what's going on with Big Ben's foot.
Big Ben is the only person that's hurt every week, and then he'll be playing the week after.
Yeah.
They shoot him up on the side.
You already know.
That's a monster.
They shooting up with adrenaline.
Like
they ain't shooting up with drugs. Adrenaline.
That's a monster.
There might be a little drugs in there.
You know what's so funny? Because
I like Ben.
I actually met him in person. That's a big boy.
Oh, God.
Big Ben?
So I can't imagine him standing by me.
So you was in the ladies' room, too?
Huh? Look, you shut your mouth. You shut your mouth, Sky. This is not your 2 cents.
I cannot imagine him.
Hey, but it's funny because I'm 6'2".
Is he bigger than Shaq?
He's a big boy.
No, he's not.
Okay.
Nobody's bigger than Shaq.
That's true.
No.
Shaq about the same size as his mom, though. They're about the same height. Him and his mom about the same height.
Shaq's mom is about 6'3".
Oh, jeez.
She's a big girl.
Yeah, his mom is big.
Yeah.
So, Derek.
We tried.
We tried to wait for you. You know what I mean?
Whatever.
That's it. So, Go ahead, Kels. Go ahead and take this out.
All right, so make sure y'all tune into the Black College Experience this weekend. Once again, we are going to have the one and only Mr. Devontae Kincaid on Sunday night. www.blogtalkradio.com/talktomesportsradio at 7 p.m.
And your boy Debo Lowe is going to be out and about throughout the city, and it's going to be a fat check somewhere. And like I said before, fat check does not mean nothing about your weight. It's just about getting a grip on your life and trying to do what you can do. So fat check is definite fact. Those shirts will be in a store near you, as well as talking all that swag. So make sure you guys tune in next week to the DK Sports Show with our man on the boards, Sky. Peace out.
Good night, folks.
There's a lot going on in the world, and your world is always changing. That's why it's important.